Alright, let's solve this puzzle. Such as it is. Puzzle might be a bit generous of a word. Though I have made it more of a puzzle by darkening the screen, unfortunately. I really do wish I could resolve this. Oh well. Also, thank you, Dinner Calzone, for redeeming a tree for Wolfos Town. Reminder, you can do that. That's a thing you can do. You can spend the points, the white Wolfos you gain by watching these streams, to add stuff to Wolfos Town. There is town building in this stream. In addition, you can also work towards the overlay being repaired, which will in turn unlock more stuff for Wolfos Town. Your resources will never go to waste. It's an idealized society within this stream. You can escape the woes of late-stage capitalism. Alright, just a few more reds. And where's one more downward one? There we go. Easy. I'm so good at this. Wolfos are the ideal currency. It's true. They had to not use Wolfos as currency in real life because it would cause society to be too good. Everyone hates it when society is good. Alright, before I take this sphere, I gotta make sure it's not gonna ruin everything. Because there's something you do with one of these in some way. But what is that way? It's weird, yeah, so you can just take the sphere now, like it's arbitrary. Again, the cloisters work very much in arbitrary rule sets. Wait, there is a destruction sphere here, right? Is there not? Or is it after the boss? No, yeah, okay, it is after, I guess. Oh, you can only complete the destruction sphere portion after returning to the cloister afterwards, okay. That's a shame, but gotta come back and get Anima eventually. Alright, well then that means that's just done, I guess. Time to go save and then do the boss. I keep expecting these usual wall fights to be even bigger walls with how things are. Oh, whoops, I forgot to put the sphere in. Now I have to redo that. Oh well, one moment. Got ahead of myself. Oh, hey, the lights are back. No. No. Oh. Why would they do this? What is wrong with them? Why? Oh. Why would they do that? Oh. 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 No. What were they thinking? Did they just not save the, like, was there not enough memory available on the PS2 to save this data? It would be literally be it'd be 4 variables, right? 5 maybe? 6? 6 variables. Is this sphere on? Is this sphere on? Is this puzzle complete? Is this puzzle complete? Is this puzzle complete? Is this puzzle complete? That's it. That's every single variable. There's nothing else. Well, luckily, because I was looking for the destruction sphere stuff, I have just flat out maps that show me where everything goes. So I can do this again, but Jesus Christ. What? Like, why? What is the benefit of resetting all the puzzles if you step outside of the cloister? Is it in case people, like, you can't get stuck here. Like, you can brute force these puzzles if you're really bad. Oh. Alright, let's speed run this. Alright, one down. Now just, while I'm speedrunning this, I gotta keep I gotta keep my wits about me and not go and do the boss fight right after I redo all this stuff. And then I end up dying or something. And then I have to redo all of this again. Old games are mean. You ever noticed that? Have you ever noticed how insanely cruel they are for no reason? People forget that a lot. They think, oh man, yeah, PS2, best generation. I love not being able to skip cutscenes and then doing a whole boss fight over again with like a 10-minute cutscene leading into it. And bottom left is this. Okay. And like in 10 in particular, the problem a lot of times is that you do stuff like this and then the boss comes up right after. So you have to have the wherewithal to know, oh, go back and save, then do the boss. Alright. Go up a bit. Go down a bit. Alright, 2 down. 2 to go. I'm surprised how much I forgot about this, like, cloister in general. I can't believe I forgot 5 out of the 6 puzzles you have to do. I really did just think you had to do it one time. Well, like, you have to do the tutorial one and then go into the main area and do it once. And that's it. That's all you have to do. But no, apparently not. It is interesting what sticks with you and what doesn't when you play a game. Because like I said, I remember that area after the Seymour cutscene very, very distinctly. That's just burned into my memory. But then I think the actual cloister, which I guess to be fair, I don't think anybody really remembers the cloisters in Final Fantasy X. I don't think they're a point where everyone goes like, oh man, remember the cloister of Bevel with Bahamut? That was so good. Like, there is a reason why Square Enix has never done dungeons like this ever again. A shameless shill. How goes the puzzling? So it turns out this game is one of those evil, mean PS2 games where if you go out to the save point, it resets all the puzzles. So I have to do all the puzzles again. It is, oh no, very much so. Isn't it as bad as the Bevel one? I was surprised. The Bevel one wasn't as bad as I remembered it being. Same with Macalania. Oops. Oops. Alright. 1. 2. S12. What else up there? Yeah, so by the way, I am just using a guide now to redo these puzzles because doing it honest is not a puzzle. It's not really a puzzle by design. All right. Now this time, I'll complete the puzzle instead of not completing it. Alright. And now I'll place the next sphere, and this time I won't leave the room. I'm so scared though to go back to the save room again after I place this sphere. I hope it saves this time. Cause like, God. But I'm pretty sure the moment I step on the elevator, the boss starts. And if I lose to the boss, I'll lose the progress anyways. It better save this time, but I'm scared now. This is a good payoff, though. Oh, they make a save point. Thank goodness. Wow, that save point really seems like it was put there because people had trouble with the boss, actually. That does not feel like a natural save point place. Huh. I wonder if you can read what that text actually says. Because that's like errant code running across the screen. Oh well, anyways, boss time. Right into it. Ooh. Alright. A weird fight. Gotta move things around so everyone doesn't get hit. Okay, Walker can take another turn, so I'll steal first, I guess. The logistics of these sigils are not consistent. You can run up and steal from these things, but okay. Yeah, with 6 slots, there's never gonna be a perfect position for everyone, but you want them as far apart as possible, and also as far away from this possible, but not to the point where no one's facing it, or it'll just turn around. So maybe Kimahri can stay. What can you do in the meantime to set things up? Quick hit. Right. Oh, he has a different attack. So the steal animation doesn't change, but Kimahri had like a ranged. Damn it! They counter, don't they? Damn it! Ah. Okay, go there. Forgot about this one. Yeah, I mean, I feel like everyone has it burnt into their skull though, because it does probably cause people a lot to have to redo that Cloister of Trials sometimes, because it's one of those wall fights. It's not as much of a wall as Unalesca, but it's not easy. Okay, who needs healing most? Orin, I guess, but I'm gonna swap him out as soon as possible. Okay, right, yes. Also, Berserk, right, that's a thing. I forgot about that. That's important. Right, okay, what have I got to work with? Luli, what can you do? Can I... You don't need Fury, but are you weak to any kinds of breaks, perhaps? Armor break, for example. You look like someone that's immune to a lot of stuff, right? Yeah, okay. It's really strong. Wait, how many attack turns does it get? If that had proc, if it had made Lulu berserk, that would have just been the end. It took out 2 party members, then got 2 other turns. Okay, get someone out who's faster. And Riku's decently sturdy too, so that's good. Oh, now of all times, is a good time to use a Mega Phoenix. I'd like to save those as much as I can, but you know. Oh no, he's berserk. Okay, that's... Okay, they really hang on that, don't they? You want to make sure you know he's berserk now. Okay, so Esuna won't do anything about that. I want Dispel, I believe. Luckily, Titus has a turn coming up. Okay. Aeons, this has anti-Aeon tech, so I can't be willy-nilly with those. What else can Lulu... Okay, so... But the counters are a problem. It's insanely strong. Like, obscenely strong. So what do I want exactly? Hastigu's a good start. Dispel will work, right? Like, it's inconsistent. Berserk, they can never decide. Is it a status ailment? Oh, Dispel's gonna take off haste too. Shit. God, this is a lot of decision making going on. No, you're still berserked. Okay. Well, that's one way to solve the problem. See ya, Oren, again. You're dead now. You gonna get berserked again? You are! You are on! Okay, but Asuna won't do anything, right? Like, I can't just keep on spamming this and hoping something sticks. But usually Berserk... Oh no, okay, Berserk can be Essened, okay. Oren's been facing death this entire stream. Every battle he dies. He hasn't been doing his best. Alright, Titus, come in there with some real damage, come on. Hell yeah, go, go, go. And then eat that counter, please. Eat like 2,000 damage to the face. And no, does it just seriously counter every attack with 2,000 AoE? That's kind of insane. At least, no matter what, Kimari... There's nothing can be done about Kimari. If he gets berserked, he has high enough strength for that to not be a problem. What? It spawns the glyph mines and then they explode immediately? Is this boss just messed up because of my stats? Like, Jesus. That's not how mines work. Apparently it is. Apparently sometimes the mines strike and immediately blow up after. Wow, like, this is the first of the wall fights to actually just be the wall I remember it being. Like, I think this wouldn't be too much of a problem with like the properly built up team, but as it stands, it's hard to keep up. Really hard to keep up. Like, it's just into a spiral at this point. Fitting. It's thematic Kino, as it were. Alright, he warded the Berserk. That's an important first step. Now if I use items, I get extra turns too, which is always good. Okay, this is something resembling a recovery. Lulu can tank a claw to the face. She can handle that. Is there anything that any debuffs at all I can do for you? Anything? Oh, I could scan it and find out. It sucks because the way it tells you what debuffs it can and can't take are through just a list. So you have to be like, oh, that one's absent. I can do that. And it's not ideal. Alright, so it doesn't turn as frequently as I remembered though, so that's probably what I want to work with here. Oh yeah, so I don't have to, I could actually, if I'm efficient with it, instead of using the move command all the time, I could, for example, swap out Lulu for someone, and swap Auron out if he survives. If Auron can survive for one turn, which you never know with Auron, then I can swap him out for Lulu and not have to waste a turn on the move command. Okay, I think the AI has proven me wrong now and he's turning a lot. Okay. Well, at least I can still swap out Auron finally. That's always good. Maybe Riku can mix something that'll help. I guess I gotta get Esna going though. Like, Berserk's gonna make those counter hits not something I can control. Where am I going? Okay, there we go. Okay. So do I need to have at least 2 party members facing? I can't quite tell. Nope, no, not steel. The other thing. Albed potions. The real MVPs of this. Having 3 characters who can use Albed potions. Okay, Lulu can't quite tank a hit. I'll do a rare Lulu item. Lulu can take a claw to the face, great quote. It's just the facts. Like, she's just durable. Even if she gets berserked, that's not a net loss. That's just more damage and more attacks if I can haste her. Okay. Oh, okay, Hastiga. This is the dream team right now. Lulu, Waka, and Kimari are my MVPs, for sure. Okay, our Waka has been lagging behind a bit, but Hastiga will take me far. So yeah, if only I could get some more hits in with Lulu, but oh well. At least Kimari can also do some real damage. Okay, I guess now it's just time to find out if there's anything else. Anything at all that I can do. I'm gonna assume silence does nothing. Let's find out. Oh, hey, whoa! It's vulnerable to silence. A boss that's vulnerable to silence? I don't even know what that means. What counts as silenceable attacks? It doesn't use regular magic, I don't think. Can you be blended? Or blinded, as it were? Blindamos? Maybe I can magic break it too, and it'll lose all its casting potential, which is none. But yeah, dark attack, that might be a good thing to check. Because those claw attacks, immune, of course. Yeah, Kimari doesn't have actual healing magic. I know someone who does though. Nice, just do a full Kiriga. There we go. This is the ultimate nightmare for figuring out which way the directional buttons will go when you try and target something. Because who knows? It could be anywhere. Alright. It's probably worth it to try and scan. Hopefully it's not immune. Okay, not quite halfway down, but we're getting there. Immune to confusion, berserk, threaten, sleep, darkness, slow, eject, doom, KO, zombie, petrification, poison, power break. Okay, we're back to looping. Okay, so it can be silenced. That's important. What else is there? Can it be blended? It doesn't say it's immune. There's nothing to say. We'll plant a glyph mine upon a circle, causing instant KO when detonated. Yeah, it would be cool if I got enough turns to actually move to another circle after the glyph mine was planted, instead of it just going off instantly. That would be awesome. That would be one of my favorite things. Okay. Don't want to attack, because then it'll claw up Waka and Tidus, and they'll both get annihilated. So who can I use in the meantime? Now bed potion should be fine. I just need to be above 2,000 by a little bit. As long as that's the case, they'll survive. And some characters can't go, like Tidus can't go high enough to survive. So he has to get out of there as fast as possible. I'm trying to think of useful stuff I can do in the meantime before I can safely attack, because Tidus is still in the splash zone, and that's the real problem. I guess cheering can't hurt. It's really negligible at this point in the game, though. It's not enough. I don't think I've talked about those kinds of moves in a long time, but all those like boost moves, they just raise your stat by 1, and they stack up to 5 times. So like you can spend 5 turns and get a +5 to stats. And +5 is nothing to sneeze at, but it takes 5 turns. Oh, I guess I could be stealing. I'm sure there's something good if I can get a rare steal off. Immune as usual. I'm really curious if I were to summon Nando. I wonder if they would just Zanmato this boss. That's kind of why I don't want to do it. I might have to if I get to the point where everyone's on dire straits, but I think I got things going so far. Man, Quick Hit just isn't cutting it without enough haste. And everyone's... My MVPs are unfortunately pretty low agility except for Waka. That's his biggest thing that keeps him relevant. Hey, Mental Break did work. Damn it, I don't have any good... Wait! Tidus! It's his time to shine. Okay. Okay, Tidus is gonna have to... Okay. Okay. Okay, you're not just screwing me over this time. That's what I like to see. Okay, Lulu, though, can't take another attack. I need to heal first, then Holy. So we have a nice boost to the overdrive, too, which is always good. Such as it is. Not even halfway there, but, you know. You take what you can get, question mark. Are you weak to anything else? It seems to be all magic stuff. And like, poison would really be nice, but you take what you can get, I guess. Dark attack won't do anything. Oh, I could haste a guy. Oh, surely you're not vulnerable to sleep. Hold on. Surely not. Yeah, okay. That would have been something. That would have been kind of insane. Alright, let's see how fully works out for Tidus. Come on. Wow, it's 85 MP? Oh, I'm so not used to having to actually pay MP for an attack. Like, I don't usually have celestial weapons by this point, but like... Hey, cap damage. It's relatively worth it. Aw, come on. Combo on Lulu. And the mine goes off. Luckily no one was there, but like, they both go off before I get a turn. And Waka has super high speed. Like, wow. Wow. Alright, do I get Waka out of the splash zone first? I guess I should. Good old classic heal. Probably need to bring up his MP a bit too. It's a bit low after casting 85 MP for a holy. But you know. Okay. Lulu's not quite tanking ready, but she can... If I don't get comboed too bad, but I might get comboed bad because the turn's coming up. Usually it Berserk Tails and turns around on a turn, but it might Berserk Tail and just hit Lulu anyways. Should I just use a potion? I don't know. It is super weak to magic at least. If I can spare 85 MP, then I can do cap damage. Which also means I can break the cap eventually. Not for Tidus though, probably. I don't think I'm gonna have enough dark matter for that to work out. But maybe. Who knows where the future will go. Yeah, nope, there we go. I made a good call. I made a very good call. I could sense it. I could feel it targeting Lulu. Genuinely curious why it's vulnerable to silence. Because I don't think it has anything silenceable. Like, not even a one thing. Yeah, 100 MP, that's serviceable. That's reliable, like, from start to finish, basically. Yeah, okay, I've got things pretty taken care of. Like, this is a pretty solved fight until it throws some curveball at me at the last 10,000 HP. Might be silenceable because there's nothing you can do against it. I mean, yeah, like that might be the case, but that's a very strange reason to leave it in. It's kind of misleading at that point. Alright, well, the mines took Kimahri, as they are tending to do. Okay, I can go for an attack. I don't need to revive Kimahri right this second. Oh, huh. Lulu has a different attack too. She doesn't use the Moogle. She I'm gonna get a closer look at that. Hold on. Okay, first of all, time to bring back All Reliable, the true MVP of Final Fantasy X, even without this build. I wonder if I should try to go for an overkill with Yuna. I don't have an overdrive. Of course, I have an overdrive built up with Nando, but that's not going to do me any good for getting an overkill. If only but yeah, if I just get a little bit more, just a smidge more. Yeah, I'm really curious about all these attacks now. These are all unique attacks they've got going. Like, I can't do quite enough. Like, I'm not quite in the right space for Lulu to actually survive. In fact, I need to heal in general because the Berserk Tail might take her out. But yeah, these might just be flat out oh, damn it. This isn't as bad as usual because she's not a white mage, but anyone being berserked, not ideal. Oh, being dead, also bad. No, but I'm really curious though about those animations now because I don't think they're used anywhere else. Doesn't seem to be. Okay, Lulu. No, yeah, I need to get Lulu out again, but I also need to get Yuna safe. I guess in the meantime, I can get Yuna a bit more safe at least by healing her. Right, Berserk Riku. Now that I don't even know what that'll be. Her strength is a mystery to me. I don't think I've attacked with her in a long time. Okay, so I want to swap Riku out. Oh, return's so far away. For Lulu. Okay, Riku could stomach one attack. So I could do this. Yeah, she just swings her hand. It's like a backhand. That's magic, I guess? A magic backhand? I don't know. Okay, overdrive. Perfect. As a bonus, I get to show off the cool little summon area this place has. You don't normally get to see. It's a separate little special summon spot for summons only. So that's pretty cool. Alright, this better be an overkill. I've got the damage cap to break, but will it resist? It's very vulnerable to magic, right? But is this... Okay, thank you. I was starting to get worried. And it drops level 4 key spheres, I believe, so that pays off pretty well. Huh. Did the victory screen glitch out there? Did they not expect you to win with a summon? Yeah, I guess that just took place in the big think dimension, because now they're just back to here. In a place that is visually similar, to be fair.
We're here.
The Hall of the Final Summoning.
Go.
Yes.
I do really like how this has like a choir version of the Hymn of the Faith, but something that really bugs me is it's off key, which is intentional because then it means like all kind of like unsettling. But what I really wanted was to have every single version. Like I had like MP3s of all of the different hymns, and I wanted to overlap them and make it sound like all cool and like having all the voices synchronized. But this doesn't harmonize properly, so it doesn't work. And it's in really important parts. It's choir, it's like a whole choir. A fire Moomba. I wonder if that's a trick weapon and it actually has a really good thing.
No final Aeon.
Sir Oren! Everyone!
It is very subtly discordant though, which is cool. Like it's not immediately obvious that it is off key. And that really helps with the unsettlingness, I think.
This isn't a faith. It's just an empty statue.
That statue lost its power as a faith long ago.
I like that this unsent specifically just has green zombie skin.
The final summoning.
Like, Seymour gets to look exactly the same. But this NPC can just be a classic zombie, a cartoon zombie even.
Zeon is... his soul is gone.
Gone?
You mean there is no final Aeon?
But fear not. Lady Yuna Leska will show you the path. The final Aeon will be
Riko's
yours.
so shocked she didn't even get to call it the fact
Summoner
that this
and
person
the
implies
final
that souls
Aeon
exist.
will join powers. Go to her now. Inside, the lady awaits.
Wonder if that character has a name.
Yuna, wait.
They're kind of important.
Aaron, you knew this was gonna happen, didn't you?
Yes.
Why didn't you tell us?
Yeah. Oren's whole grand
Told you
scheme
the
here,
truth, would that really have stopped you from
his
coming?
plan was pretend he's super in favor of this pilgrimage and everything, so that everyone can come here and find out that it's all a lie and fake.
Knows.
Kimari goes first. Yuna is safe. Kimari protect.
Alright, now how often should I be backtracking to make sure I save, so that I don't have to redo these cutscenes if I do die? So far, very low death count. But I am so scared, because it can really, really suck. So ideally Tidus would have been the best candidate for the final Aeon since she loves him. Yeah, that is explicitly the goal. Like, the reason why the pilgrimage exists is, even though they say it's because they want you to become, like, stronger and more faithful and stuff, the actual intent behind it is to form bonds with people to make a stronger Aeon.
Welcome to Xanarkand.
So this is the most extra Final Fantasy design ever, I
You
believe.
have completed your pilgrimage.
If you can name a more extra
I will
design than
now
this,
bestow you
tell me.
that which you seek. The final summoning
Straight from the Met Gala.
will be yours. Now, choose. You must choose the one whom I will change.
Cloud of Darkness? I mean, this is probably the inspiration for the Dissidia Cloud of Darkness. Because if you look at her sprite, it looks nothing like the Dissidia
There
version.
must be a bond between chosen and summoner, for that is what the final summoning embodies.
It's the opposite of extra? What do you mean,
Bond between
minimalistic?
Husband and wife, mother and child, or between friends.
I mean, Dissidia Kefka is just the Amano
If
art.
that bond is strong enough, its light will conquer sin.
But yeah, no, like, they could have had like a Kimari final summon or a Waka final. Well, a Waka final summon probably wouldn't have turned out great. But like a Lulu one, I think of all of the ones besides Tidus, Kimari would have made for the second strongest final Aeon because he has that really strong devotion to
For
Yuna.
once you call forth the final Aeon, your life will end. Death is the ultimate and final liberation. Your father,
No, she does.
this path.
Donna does like Bartello. They can't express it very well, but they do care about each other a lot. There's a big side quest about that in 10-2.
It is not too late. Let us turn back.
Like, if they actually did, if Bartello became the final Aeon, it would be a pretty strong one. Though the thing is, though, like, it's hard to equate how much that strength would actually pass on to, because,
There must be another way.
like,
This is the only way we go
Jekt
now.
and Braska clearly have a deep connection. They clearly explored each other's bodies on this journey. And that only led to 6 months of peace.
My dream is back in the other.
Because basically it's a matter of time until someone's like positive vibes and all that become like they get washed away by sin and become instincts of destruction.
I'm never gonna see him again.
Like a bit more of time passing and Jekt would not have been affected by the Hymn of the Faith.
So make
And it's really only his attachment to Tidus that keeps him around long enough for it to actually be like, because like 10 years is a long time for him to have anything left.
you know.
Don't do this, Jack.
Braska's whole story is so tragic. Yeah, it is pretty bad. Like a lot
There
of
may be another
it goes
way.
real rough for
I'll
him.
think of something, I know.
Faith be dangerous like that.
I thought this through. Besides,
I ain't getting any younger, so I might as well make myself useful. Checked? What? You're not gonna
Look,
try
it's
to
Jack showing
stop
character
me, too?
development. Yeah, no, there's a whole game that went on that we never got to see.
Thank you. Braska still has to fight Sin, Orin.
Like, I'm gonna assume,
Guard him
like,
well.
obviously
Make
Braska
sure he
is the
gets
sage.
there.
He has white magic and black magic. And then, I guess,
go.
the thing is that Jack probably covers a lot of the same roles as Orin, but
Braska,
I bet he can also
Jack.
throw a blitz ball like Waka.
What do you want now?
I doubt any of them knew how to steal,
Sin
though,
always comes back.
so they couldn't take out any
Comes
Machina.
back after the
One's
calm
Final Fantasy
every
X-Zero
time.
Ject mode. So a lot of people really
cycle
want that.
will
I don't
continue
think
and
there's
your
enough
deaths will mean
to sustain an
nothing.
entire game. It would be kind of neat if they had
Always
like
chance
a
it
bonus
won't come
thing.
back this time.
Like if they ever made 10-3 and that's terrible, but they had like
I
like a
understand what you're
Braska, a
saying,
playable
Orin.
Braska thing. Like
I'll
I don't know
find
what it
a
would
way
be.
to
Like maybe
break
like
the cycle.
when you go to certain areas in 10-3, it's like, oh, you unlocked this area in Braska mode, and you go and like have like a quick like 1 hour
Trust
thing in
me,
that area
I'll
with
think
a
of
fixed party of
something.
Jack, Braska, and Orin. I wonder if 10-3 would be an action game. I really appreciate this bit more and more.
And-
Because, like,
The cycle went
something
on.
10 does is that they have these characters like Kimari and Orin who are presented as super cool and people latch on them super hard. They go, oh man, Tita's so lame and gay. He looks like Meg Ryan. And then they're like, oh man, though, Kimari though, Orin though, they're so cool. They're badass warriors. And they're actually
That
like
still won't change anything,
emotionally
you know?
stunted
You bring
children.
the calm.
And no one
then
gets
what?
that because it's just
That
there
won't
at the
break
end.
the
And
cycle.
people only remember the first hours of any JRPG, it seems.
You want to defeat Sin and keep Yuna alive. You don't want Sin to come back, yeah? That is just not gonna happen, brother, you know?
If you want everything, you'll end up with
Braska's
nothing.
faith in the cycle ending this
But
time
I want everything.
is so sad with the truth of the whole thing. Yeah,
Now you're being childish.
I give up. So what would an adult do then? They know they can just throw away a summoner. Then they can do whatever they like. You're right. I might not even have a chance.
like
But no way am I gonna just stand here
in a
and
way,
let
like
Yuna go.
10, like is a lot
And what?
about the childishness of
about there being
adulthood
way?
and the like
think it's
adultness
true.
of childhood. Because like Titus is immature, and that
Something?
gives him the zest, the zing,
I'll go
to
ask
like
him.
call this stuff stupid, and everyone else kind of like accepts things as they are. Even Orin, who like should know better, is still just like mad and
But I have to
impotent
try.
in like a different kind of immaturity.
This is my story. It'll go the way I want it. Or I'll end it here.
Wait. You say it's your story, but it's my story too, you know? It would be so easy to let my fate
Yeah,
just carry me
that's the
away,
thing. You're being childish
following the same path
for
my whole life.
saying like we should. You say that we should improve society somewhat, and yet you exist in society.
What I
Strange. I am very
do, I
intelligent.
do with no
You know?
regrets.
That one ice bear. Thank you for redeeming a flower for Wolfos Town. Every little bit helps make Wolfos Town become more and more livable. They deserve a nice place to relax. I mean, Waka is still just a symptom. It's not like he created this system, he just exists within it. And everyone, like I said, like Lulu has a lot of the same values as Waka. She's just not as overt about it. She's still absolutely like biased against Albed, for example. And she obviously has deep, deep faith in Yevon. Waka is just more loud. Well, they all perpetuate it. Even Yuna is perpetuating it.
Have you chosen the one to become
People
your fate?
die, trees die, even continents
Who will
perish.
it be?
Why don't we do something then? Lol.
Might
Lamau.
I ask something first? Will sin come back even should I use the
I mean, that is the thing. Like, there is like a balance to strike because
Sin is eternal.
it is important to accept mortality.
Every
And this
aeon
game does have a lot about
becomes
accepting
sin
mortality.
in its
Because
place.
the same people who are saying death
And
is
thus
inevitable
is sin
are also the
reborn.
ones clinging onto life.
So that's why Jack became Sin.
Sin is an inevitable part of Spira's destiny.
Yeah,
It is
you might even say Sin is the Sephiroth of the Final Fantasy X franchise and needs to come back arbitrarily.
But if
Who
we
else would
atone
Tidus
for our
fight?
crimes, sin will stop coming back, yeah? Someday it'll be gone, yeah?
Will humanity ever attain such purity?
Something that would be interesting
this
to
cannot
see
be.
that they don't really do in 10 or
The teachings
10-2
state
is
that
the
we can
idea of like
exercise sin
people who
with
do
complete
come back from the
atonement.
pilgrimage and they're kind of
It's
husks.
been
They're
our
kind of
only
like
hope
detached
all
now
these
because they know the
years.
truth.
Hope is comforting.
Yeah, now, like, look, here you see Lulu being childish too. Like, she's like, like her whole thing falls apart.
Where is the sense in all this?
Like, all of these characters who you see as being cool,
Jack believed in
they don't
Vraska
act,
and
they
gave his
they're
life
still
for him.
children. They're still like not facing reality, not thinking for themselves and all that kind of stuff.
Because they had hope.
But everyone just focused on Tidus because he's the loudest, I guess. But also he's the, you know, somewhat effeminate. He actually has like a fairly muscular build. But, you know, 2000s was a different time. People were very fixated on certain things.
Yevon's teachings and the final summoning give the people of Spira hope.
I really wish
Without
they
hope,
patched in
they
skippable
would
cutscenes
drown in
here.
their sorrow.
Like, 10 seems like it's held together by Scotch tape, but this is a long cutscene to have to redo before
will be the one
not
to
only a
renew
hard
Spira's hope?
boss, but also a boss that tricks you in a mean-spirited way. They called Tidus a twink despite the fact that he's very obviously a twunk.
I would have gladly died. I live for the people of Spira, and would have.
He's the
gladly
POV
died
character,
for them,
therefore
but no
he's the
more.
worst, a YouTuber probably.
The
I
final
mean,
summoning.
the thing is,
a
like, people don't
false
even consider
tradition that
him
should
the
be thrown
POV character.
away.
They just think, oh, it's so stupid how Yuna is the
It
main
is our
character, and
only
yet they
hope.
say that this is Tidus' story.
Father sacrificed
That's not
himself
accurate.
to give that
Yuna
hope
is
to
the one who is the
people.
most relevant to the plot, therefore
So
the main
maybe
character.
forget
She
sorrow.
causes the most functional things because she has access to the Aeons, and this story revolves around Aeons.
My
Therefore,
father wanted
the main character.
To make Spira's sorrow go
Because
away,
that's what stories are, is a
not just
list of functional
covered up
parts.
with lies.
Sorrow cannot be abolished. It is meaningless to try.
My father, I loved him. So I will live with my sorrow. I will live my own life. I will defeat sorrow.
People will look at that scene and then say it's out of
I will
character for
stand my
Yuna to be
ground and be
living her own
strong.
life in 10-2.
I don't know when it will be, but someday I will conquer it. And I will do it without false hope.
Poor creature. You would throw away hope. Well, I will free you before you can drown in your sorrow. It is better for you to die in hope than to live
Seymour
in
would have gotten
despair.
along so well with
Let me
Yunalesca.
be your liberator.
Honestly, Yuna is still a pretty consistently Ulu precious flower girl in 10-2. She's just trying her best.
Now is the time to shape your stories. Your fate is in your hands.
What is this transition? I never noticed. It's just kind of like vibrating on Auron's chest.
Well, I'm fighting.
What is this? Yeah. What are they trying to
Can't believe we're gonna
express
fight Lady
here?
Yunalesca. Give me a break.
I can't believe Waka's still not in on this.
I'd never forgive myself. No way. Not if I ran away now. Even in death, yeah?
Yuna's breaking reality.
My thoughts exactly.
Yeah, the timeline is shifting, and now 10-2 is coming into existence.
Yuna! This is our story. Now let's see this thing through together.
This feels more like a glitch than intentional. Is probably halfway there. is probably them playing around with the 3D models and figuring out what they can do. And it turns out they can't do a whole lot. Because they're still figuring it out. Alright. I don't remember the first phase being too bad. I just have to keep an eye out for Mega Death. Mega Death is what will probably get a lot of people to just lose out on their first run of this fight and have to go through that entire scene again. So I guess now is as good of a time as any. Hold on.